Southland Integrated Services, formerly known as the Vietnamese Community Orange County, has been around since 1979. When it first started, it was started as the Resettlement Refugee Agency due to the fall of Saigon in 1975.
After the fall of Saigon, there were planes that came into El Toro Marine Base.
They were really an integral part in assuring that the community was very well integrated and assimilated in a new country.
We've recently changed the name from VNCOC, Vietnamese Community of Orange County, to Southland Integrated Services.
Because I've explained it to a lot of people, I've just told them all the services that Southland can provide and that they can help them with anything.
Since they have expanded from just providing health care to now to dental.
Medical, dental, paperwork, and this is just from my experience.
And anyone doctor go by and stop and say, hi, how's it going? They take 5 minutes out of their time, to say, hi, how's it going? You're doing this, you're doing that.
We have a team of patient navigators, MA support staff that keep track of our patients and call to make sure they are doing okay.
They may not be able to come back because of they changing jobs, changing where they stay. But once they do come by us at the clinic here, we do try to help them as much as we can.
Our mission is to improve the well-being of Orange County residents through outreach, education, and community health services.
I chose Southland because of the community that it serves, a lot of underserved patients. Here we also have homeless patients that I can actually spend more time with them.
Về thể chất, về tinh thần thì chúng tôi luôn giúp đỡ quý vị theo cái tôn chỉ giúp cho quý vị làm sao có thể sống không những lâu mà còn sống sâu và sống một cuộc sống có chất lượng.
Some people they don't have any health insurance, or some people they don't have income or low income.
We want to serve a broader demographic, so not just limited to the Vietnamese.
The board, director, they are a mix of all the population.
Immigrants, backgrounds, and refugees, and different ethnic groups that come in here.
I believe that their diversity in their patients shows that they've been able to adapt to the needs of their community, again, and not just the Vietnamese community, but for all patients that have direct geographic access to their services.
Like an aching stiffness?
Yeah.
Or any pain from the back down to you?
What makes me proud, it would be helping the patients, getting to know my patients.
I know I had depression. I've been diabetic for over 14, 15 years.
I was diagnosed HIV positive in '06 because once I got sick, I became very agoraphobic. I didn't leave my house.
When I went to the doctors, they just gave me pills.
Anybody can write prescription, but if you don't take them, then then you cannot help your conditions.
This feels like family.
Strawberry, spinach, gourmet lettuce, and tomatoes.
The rest of them are self-pollinated?
Yeah, tomatoes are self-pollinated too. A lot of the patients that I work with, they don't have access to healthy foods. They're always eating processed foods, fast food, and they always say it's so expensive to have fresh vegetables, fresh fruits. And so we decided to create these elevated raised garden beds, not only for our patients, but for the community. We have a group called Community Garden Group, and we meet every week for now, just to maintain the garden. So the male ones are the flowers with just the stem, so you don't see any fruit. So there's a fruit attached to it, that's the female.
As soon as we had that first class, I went out and bought most of the stuff.
And I think it makes sense because patients come to see the doctor, and then after that, they can come out here and notice that, hey, there's a garden here.
And now I got the whole family doing it.
Oh, that's so good. And if a garden can grow at a medical center, it can kind of grow anywhere. But yeah, it's again, more holistic care.
Southland Integrated Services has been a trailblazer in introducing services to the community that are non-traditional in the healthcare environment.
There are 3 types of acupuncture. For the scalp acupuncture, after putting the needle on the scalp, the patient have to move, exercise actively. So in that way, the qi and the blood actively moving. It's better, it's faster. So the result can see immediate.
like it?
Yeah.
Stigma is a barrier. Do you guys know what a barrier is? Yes. Right? Yeah. Something that like holds us back.
Recently we put together a video called Drawing Out Stigma, My Story, My Journey, and Southland Integrated Services genuinely reached out to the community and wanted to share the story of the Vietnamese community and the stigma that is involved.
So right now I'm going through a journey to find myself while trying to deal with my parents' expectation to like be out there in the world and get a stable job. And dealing with all the expectations, it really brings down my mental health. I know I'm not as pretty as she wants me to be or as smart as she wants me to be, but I just can't help it. So, yeah.
There is a great need for mental health services, especially for folks who low income or on Medi-Cal. People on poverty oftentimes experience a lot of trauma.
Good bình thường, not normal. You know, like that's the words, the language that the Vietnamese culture uses to talk about mental health. It causes the kids who grow up with it to be really uncomfortable discussing it.
Acculturations, problems, and issues.
In Vietnamese, the word for mental health is bị bệnh tâm thần.
As well as there's intergenerational trauma.
Yeah, crazy, essentially. Yeah. So if you walk up to your parents, it's like, oh, hey, I have a mental illness, and they don't speak English, and you have to translate that to Vietnamese, they're going to start freaking out.
I've been struggling with self-doubt, cultural shock, and a lot of mixed feeling with depression and my own personal feeling.
If patients have depression or anxiety problem, we have a team of psychiatrists and therapists here to help our patients.
Like when my family first came to America, we actually used Southland services. Like my grandma, you know, she learned English with one of our coworkers here, the guy who's been here for the longest. And now that I get to work with the community just like my family, it's really rewarding coming full circle.
Tricia has a unique vision, and she understands the power of coming together with different ethnic communities to have a collective voice.
I think it's very non-traditional for a woman to be in a position of leadership, as Tricia Nguyen is.
Some of our interns become physicians, and some of the interns become therapists.
And people, little girls specifically, who look up to who the leadership is today, see themselves in Tricia as something that they aspire to be in the future.
Thanks to the Board of Directors' vision, Southland has become the pipeline for the new generations to be the leaders of tomorrow.
I can see the Southland organization can grow to the next level where we can expand to multiple clinics to serve more of the population around.
A lot of our low-income families and individuals, they come here, they get as much food as they can in the amount of time that they have.
We get in inside 3 minutes, outside in the front 1 minute.
Every single item will have a number next to it, and that'll be how many of that item you can take.
Te dan pollo, te dan bananas, te dan huevos, te dan carne, te dan frutas.
Because the people, they need help, and they don't know where to go. And Southland is there to help.
Tanto económicamente como espiritualmente. ¿Por qué? Porque sabes que no estás solo.
I think that without Southland, there would be a great percentage of our community without access to culturally, linguistically available health care.
Southland Integrated Services has been at the forefront of Orange County's well-being for 40 years. We will continue pioneering new roads for our diverse communities, as always.